music. Midnight 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 music.
Oh God, Ricky, I got a post show here for you. Yeah, it's Disney versus Pixar March Madness.
Oh,
And
really?
Yeah, this is just a someone just wrote it in like red pencil, and let me just give you a little spoiler here. The Lion King lost to Tangled
How?
in the Elite in like the Sweet 16.
How?
Actually, no, the Elite Eight. One,
Again.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's a problem.
Again, how?
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Like, I understand The Lion King is literally just Macbeth from Shakespeare.
It's exactly what it is. That's why it works.
Yeah, but like, you can't lose the Tangled. So someone already did this bracket, or can we redo our own bracket?
We do our own.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the 1 to 16 is Lion King versus Tarzan, which first off isn't even fair.
No, Tarzan, great movie. You're not The Lion King.
No, I love Tarzan though.
Yeah,
and then you got Princess and the Frog versus Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yep, I agree. You got Tangled versus Big Hero 6. I haven't seen either, but I do think Big Hero 6 is probably the better movie.
I hear Big Hero 6 is a very underrated movie.
Frozen versus Moana, also not fair. Also not fair.
Ouch. We're talking original Frozen?
Yes.
Okay. Even then, oh my god, that's really hard.
Yeah, the next one's even harder in my opinion.
What?
The Aladdin versus Hercules.
Huh. You know,
most people are going to say Aladdin, and I would say most people are correct, but I'm not most people. I'm saying Hercules.
Hercules is really good.
Hercules is fucking amazing, dude. I know James Woods is a piece of shit, but he steals that movie.
That's the guy who plays Hades, right?
Hades. Yeah, he's the voice of Hades.
Hades is really good in there. And then I forgot who the singing girls
Relax. It's only halftime. It's legit middle point of the movie, like when he says that line.
I forgot who the singing girls were, because they are an actual music group in Hercules. The ones that are always...
Bless my soul.
Yeah.
They're an actual music group?
They're an actual music group. I forgot who they were.
Are they like a gospel group? Because they're very gospel-y.
Yeah, I don't know. Who are the singing ladies in Hercules? I'm about to find this out right now. Who are those?
That's the gospel truth. All right, then we got Little Mermaid versus Pocahontas.
Ah, Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, of course. Mulan versus Zootopia. I mean, that's Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan is in my top like 3 or 4 all-time Disney.
Of course. Movies. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Yes.
Yes. Beauty and the Beast versus Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right. That's another tough one. That's a 2 versus 15 seed.
Who's the 15? Nightmare Before Christmas?
I don't know, honestly. I think it's Nightmare Before 15 is 15.
That is a horrible seeding for Nightmare Before Christmas. Horrible seeding. It's a shame Kay's not going to be on here for this.
Yeah, I gotta go with Beauty and the Beast though.
I'm leaning towards Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, we can iron this out at the on the post show, but I'm excited for these matchups.
All right, and then on the other side of the bracket for Pixar, we have Up versus Brave, the 1 versus 16.
Up versus Brave. Okay.
All right, and this one also isn't fair. Toy Story and Toy Story 2 goes up against each other.
Ooh.
It's Toy Story. I think Toy Story 2 Toy Story 2 is the weakest out of all of them. It's still a great movie.
Yeah, all right. So the women who played the muses were all like Broadway singers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It looks like we got Coco, which was amazing, versus Cars 3.
Interesting. Hey, Frats, how you doing, man? Nice of you to join us.
And you got Toy Story 3 versus The Good Dinosaur, which I never saw. Toy Story 3 all the way.
Oh, yeah, Toy Story 3 is a tearjerker, too.
It is a tearjerker.
When he gives away all of his toys, I was like, yo, what?
And then they made a 4th one?
Yeah, I was like, why would you make a fourth
one?
Yeah, like, why'd you make a 4th? It was the perfect ending.
Ratatouille versus A Bug's Life.
Oh, Bug's Life.
Bug's Life, of course.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo versus Inside Out, which... Inside Out, if you haven't seen, low-key, absolutely amazing.
But
it's Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Which this idiot picked Inside Out, so. Then Cars 1 versus Monsters, Inc.
Oh, sorry, Cars.
Yeah, Monsters, Inc.
Monsters, Inc. Mike Wazowski all day.
And then The Incredibles versus WALL-E, which The Incredibles, of course.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's a hard one too.
So this guy's finals was Mulan versus Monsters Inc. and he picked Monsters Inc.
Wow. All right, I've got a.
Disney versus Pixar.
Is there a link to this bracket?
It's on Instagram. I can send you on Instagram. No, you can follow me on Instagram. I can't send you on Instagram.
Send it to. I don't know. Send it. Put it in the Discord.
I'll take a screenshot.
Yeah. I need to see this Disney versus Pixar bracket. I wonder if there's another one online.
Oh, there definitely is an empty one. Here, I'll put it. In the.
There is one. Was this a BuzzFeed thing?
It probably. I don't know. I saw it on Instagram, so who knows?
It was a BuzzFeed thing.
This Kings and Rings one. General Kings talk.
Because Mulan. Yeah, this was a BuzzFeed thing. Okay, I see it. I got it. It was a BuzzFeed article. So someone did this. And then picked. Someone did this. Okay, I see it. And
yeah, and this is
because they wrote it in red.
They wrote it in red, like
yeah,
like Barker.
Yeah. Okay, so there is no scene. They just matched them up. Okay. Oh yeah, we can definitely do this. I can't wait to go to town on this. By the way, I know you probably saw on Discord. Did you hear about what happened on NXT yesterday?
No, who showed up?
Well, Becky's showing up next week.
Oh yeah, because what's her name? The champion called out on Payback.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know how that started.
I love how to shit get back in your Mattel box.
Well, you know how that started.
Probably on Twitter.
No, it was during an episode of NXT. So Tiffany Stratton kind of fucked up a promo. She said she was going to be the greatest NXT Women's Champion of all time, better than Charlotte.
Oh, she named Becky.
And she named Becky. Becky, who apparently was watching, tweeted immediately, and she said, "I'm not NXT Women's Champion, ... yet." And then you had an interaction at Payback, and now you have a setup to a thing. I was like, wow, that's fucking great. I think it's gonna be a. I think it's gonna go to a dusty finish.
She should just straight up say that she did it on purpose. Like, yeah, I know you weren't champion. I was just fucking with you to get a reaction out of you. Thanks.
It worked. Thank you for.
It worked. My God, Mattel.
I think they're gonna go to a dusty finish, and we're gonna get Becky versus Tiffany Stratton at No Mercy. Because NXT got No Mercy for the end of the month.
I did see that promo. Pretty dope.
Yeah. No, but I'm talking about the ending of NXT. So you had Evil Braun Breaker, who he should never be a babyface again. He's also rocking a shirt that says "Best Spear in the Business."
Ooh. Wow. Wow. Okay, bro. Wow, that's a bold claim you got there.
So he's rocking Best Spear in the Business. He went up against Von Wagner, who they have not done shit with until like a couple of months ago. So Von Wagner's whole shtick, besides he's been shooting about his personal life, which is actually really kind of sad.
Yeah, I could do that, bro. I can shoot about my personal life.
But you didn't have to have like brain surgery at the age of 2.
How do you know?
Because I would have known by now.
I think it would have come up in the 8 years we've known each other.
I feel like that would have come up. Yeah, but now he's like... So this whole thing now is like his rage is making him put people through tables. So him and Braun have this whole little whose nuts are bigger feud, essentially. It's actually going pretty well. And Baron Corbin, for some reason, is doing there. And I will tell you this: Baron Corbin is a young JBL on commentary.
Oh yeah, dude, JBL was so good on commentary. I mean, when I first started watching wrestling, JBL was a commentator. So to my shock, when he became a wrestler again, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I had no idea Bradshaw even existed.
Oh yeah, him and his long ass mustache before he dyed his hair.
Blackjacks.
Yeah.
They were bad, dude. They were
when they
really
rebranded
bad.
to the APA. It's tons better.
Oh yeah,
tons better.
I have never actually watched anything from the APA in terms of like me watching wrestling, but I have to go through the ministry first.
Watch the Untold.
I watched the Untold.
Oh,
the Untold is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Angle's documentary because it's like, oh yeah, by the way, here it is.
Yeah, I didn't watch
I watched
it
like
yet either.
I watched like the first 10 minutes and turned it off because I was falling asleep. But I'll get around to it because it looks incredible.
Yeah, so the ending of NXT, as it will go. And so they're having a no DQ match, Von Wagner, Braun Breaker. Pretty violent, actually. Like, pretty awesome no DQ match to end the show. So, long story short, Braun Breaker kind of beats Von Wagner, and then, like, he doesn't stop beating him down. He kicks him out of the ring. He throws him into the steel steps, kind of dislodges the top of the steel steps, then literally like a pretty much a not so conscious Von Wagner, he rests his head on the step, like just his head, and then he raises the top of the steel steps, and before you see it hit his head, they black out the screen.
Oh, that's smart.
And all you hear is Vic Joseph in his most shocked voice, "You son of a bitch!" And Baron Corbin being such a prick, being like, "Oh wow, I didn't think he was actually going to do that." And that's all. Like it goes black, and that's how NXT ends. I was like, "Holy fuck!" It was probably the most shocking thing I've seen. That's the most shocking NXT ending I've seen ever. Also, which one of you said Hercules over Aladdin? That was Will. That was Will.
Yep, Hercules over Aladdin, dude. Fuck yeah. No apologies.
Oh, you're saying this might be he might be legit hurt? Oh, did Braun Breaker actually hit him in the fucking head? Jesus Christ. Nah, the most shocking thing I remember when SmackDown and it was Styles versus Joe, and Joe was gonna like invade Styles' home. He was gonna do the home invasion when SmackDown went off air. When he,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Wendy!
Daddy's home.
Yeah.
He's like, Daddy's home.
And SmackDown goes off air, and you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing this? Oh my god. What was the Ciampa shocking one? I don't remember the Ciampa shocking ending. Ah, Wendy. That's a great SummerSlam feud. That was a fantastic SummerSlam feud. Oh, we're going to talk about the show, but yeah, I hope you saw, or you will see, The Miz's Miz TV. What are you typing up?
Which one? Which one?
Miz's Miz TV segment this week.
No.
It's the great. We'll talk about it. Oh, the credits fake out. That was a takeover. I mean, it was all yeah.
That one isn't.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about like the true end. Like it was shocking to me because it was so violent.
Pillman's got a gun. That was like the last one.
Wasn't Pillman got a gun in the middle of the show though?
Yeah. Yeah. And the network actually cut the feed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Pillman's got a gun was the middle of the show, which is wild for a middle. Like that's how crazy the Attitude Era was. Like someone pulling out a gun on somebody was the middle of the show.
Dude, that was before the Attitude. That was late '96. That was like right before the Attitude Era, or getting close to it.
Home invasion with a guy defending himself with a gun, defending his house with a gun. God, sometimes I miss that wild time in wrestling, and sometimes I really don't. The amount of shit, dude. Fucking nuts. Hercules over Aladdin heresy. Wow, you're really getting some shit over this Hercules choice.
That's fine, dude. Everyone's entitled to be wrong.
The heel turnover, Johnny. All right. Ready to get the show on the road because I do want to go back to playing Starfield before my night's over. I'm just waiting on you, sir.
Yeah, let me, where's audition? There it is. Let me start rolling, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, coming off a stellar weekend of wrestling, and I actually kind of mean that, one Punk almost ruined it for everyone. We break down All Out, Payback, a historic milestone for Gunther, and hopefully, for the last time ever, CM Punk. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, but I am sharp enough to tell you that it is the episode 353 of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now. So don't delay, act now. Supplies are running out, and rest in peace to the lead singer of Smash Mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah.
How dare you? How dare you just hit me with that?
I said somebody once told me the world was going to roll me. That's the opening line to All-Star.
I know, dude. I know he died. I was so sad.
Yes, rest in peace. But it's not a sad episode this week. It's a fun episode this week, but I had to put that in there because Smash Mouth and All-Star is a fucking iconic ass song. Yes. With the shape of an L on her forehead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King's Rings Podcast, episode 353, All Out of Payback. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. Thank you guys for joining us on what is sure to be a stellar episode of Kings of the Rings podcast, because I'm about to dunk on somebody that deserves to be dunked on after he pulled those fucking shenanigans. Be happy that kayfabe is not with us this week. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. Hit that notification button if you're watching us on YouTube. Make sure you're following us on Twitch, wherever you're following us. Please give us a follow. Buy some of our merch. Link to all of that is in the description below. With me, without kayfabe, which again, I'm happy that kayfabe's not here because we are proud to go to town on some guy. Will Tarashak, how are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that guy isn't me. I'm glad I'm not the one getting dunked on. I'm kind of sick of it.
Don't worry, Taquan's still in the comments to dunk on you.
Yeah, well, Taquan's wrong, all right? First off, Hercules is better than Aladdin. I'll fight anyone over it.
Oh, boy.
But my name is Will Tarashik, T as in Thomas. I did not draft a kicker in the first round. I wasn't there my fantasy draft, so I don't even know.
You probably drafted the kicker in the first round.
I didn't, Ricky. I'll read you my team after this in the post show because you're gonna like it. Did I read it to you last week? It's pretty good.
I don't know. I drafted on Sunday night, so I'll read you mine. I'm pretty happy with my team too.
I drafted last in the team of 14.
Ooh.
My team is projected to go 128 points this week, so I am pretty excited.
Good for the first week, yeah. Good for the first week. Oh boy, folks. All right. So let's get into this right now. This is going to be a very, very fun episode, at least for me, and probably Will Tarashak as well. We've got a lot to go through. 2 premium live events, or 1 premium live event, 1 pay-per-view to review, and some historic things happening from the world of wrestling. But dear listeners, we're going to start off by saying we are gathered here today to mourn the career of one Philip Jack Brooks, better known to some as CM Punk, even better known to most people in the pro wrestling world, especially on the business side, as a complete and utter asshole. Okay, we're not going to go into too many details, but we talked about it last week. Phil Brooks, also known as CM Punk, got into an altercation with one Jack Perry during All In Wembley Stadium. This is on top of the shenanigans he pulled with Jack Perry a couple weeks prior to, during an episode of Collision, on top of him running down Hangman Page again.
Wow, what an asshole!
Exactly. It came out, I think it was Friday, or it came out on Friday, I think. Yeah. Something like that. AEW released an official statement saying that after an internal investigation from a committee of people, as well as an independent investigation team, it was a unanimous recommendation to fire CM Punk and terminate his contract effective immediately. Not only did they release that statement, the day before they were going to do Collision in Chicago, okay, they kicked off Chicago with a video message from one Tony Khan confirming it.
They did do that, didn't they?
Confirming it. saying that they did their internal investigation. They had an independent investigator look into the details. The recommendation was to immediately terminate CM Punk's contract, which Tony Khan said he was going to move forward with. Here's what I found interesting about this, Mr. Tereshak. Tony Khan then goes on to state something to the effect of this. He says, in my 30 years of watching wrestling and being a wrestling fan, I never felt like my life was in danger like it was last week.
Sure it was. Fucking drama queen.
You know.
What you did. Did you pussy write that for you? Christ.
So
What do you think was gonna happen? All right, Tony Khan was about the '80s, but they really brought guns in the locker room.
yeah.
I'm like, I read that. I'm like, no, you weren't. You were not. No, you weren't. It's like, shut up. You stop this shenanigans right now. Yeah, fire him. He deserves to be fired.
Mm-hmm.
But like, are you a victim? No, he's an asshole. He's an asshole. He's not a victim. Like, you were scared for your life. Like, God, I can't imagine what real fear feels like to you. Do you scared of thunderstorms too? It's like bolt of lightning is more dangerous than CM Punk.
He jumps at fireworks because he thinks they're gunshots. that's Tony Khan for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh
yeah. That's Tony Khan for you. When I first heard that, I was like, Tony, you had a good little video release going, and then you said I was scareful for my life. I was like, that's a defamation lawsuit coming your way real quick from Punk, because that's defamation of character.
You think so?
I wouldn't put it past Punk to give it a fucking shot.
You think because he was afraid for his life? I mean, but okay, let's steelman his argument. Let's say he legitimately felt scared for his life. It's not. Is it defamation if it's true?
No.
So keep in mind, defamation is the hardest thing to prove in a court of law.
This is true.
Because CM Punk needs to disprove his feelings, which you can't do that. I mean, like, you can just say I feel a certain way, and guess what? You feel a certain way. Like, that's just how it works.
Yeah. So the CM Punk tyrant went on for a while. Again, bold move doing this right before their Chicago show, which shows you the immediacy that Tony and AEW felt they needed to act, and they acted rather swiftly, which in essence I do commend Tony for actually growing some balls and finally saying enough is enough, even though
I do too. And at first I was like, wow, you idiot, they're gonna hijack the show now, Chicago that is. Now I'm thinking, wow, you genius, had to stop them from hijacking the show.
Yeah, what I did hear, and was multiple reports, is that security at the United Center, because they were there all weekend, obviously for Collision and All Out and whatnot, were confiscating pro CM Punk signs.
Yeah, which of course.
Yeah, I do find it interesting.
Stupid, but
I
dumb.
find it interesting that when AEW was first in its infantile stage, and some can argue it's still in its infantile stage, and they're growing quicker than a lot of people might have expected. But they were all about, oh, you can wear whatever you want, you can bring whatever sign you want, and now they are seeing you can't actually do that anymore.
Wow, what an asshole!
You know, you remember that? They were like, oh, we're gonna be like the wrestling show for the people. You know?
Yeah, but you know what? You want quits that shit real quick? Money.
Mm-hmm.
And making money. And front row people with signs have the N-word on it.
Yeah.
That's gonna put a stop to that real fucking quick.
Yeah. Exactly. So there's that. They started confiscating signs. Obviously they booed the Young Bucks throughout all of the weekend, but we got a couple of questions to kind of really break down here with this Phil Brooks CM Punk fiasco, or you can say it's fiasco, or whatever it is. Punk lasted 2 years in AEW. 2 years.
Kind of. He was also injured a lot.
2 years, injured a lot, became AEW World Champion. Obviously, you had Brawl Out, which was last year. Happy anniversary, by the way.
God, this literally almost happened to the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God! I literally got like a memories thing on my phone this morning because I was in Nashville this time last year. And this guy just completely forgot CM Punk like had that blowout like this weekend.
Yeah, he had the brawl out. The Young Bucks doing a victory lap at the end of Collision. No one really cares. It's just going to be the Young Bucks being the Young Bucks. People looked into that way too much. But anywho, you had brawl out. Obviously, he was suspended. No one knew he was going to return. They decided to reconcile for CM Punk. They bring him back. They essentially create an entire show around CM Punk.
Yeah,
okay.
They did do that, didn't they?
They pretty much gave him the Hogan. We talked about this like 3 weeks ago. They gave him creative control. He was even allegedly barring people from even showing up on the show. Gave him freedom to do whatever he wanted. And only people are going to be on the show were people that could tolerate Punk. And that backfired in their face. Okay, because then all of a sudden people couldn't tolerate Punk. Surprise, surprise. Then you have the all-in situation again where you're fighting in guerrilla before you go out for your match. You're calling yourself the real world champion because you never lost the title, which is technically correct, but you're not going to explain why you actually lost the title.
Yeah, why was that? Why didn't you lose the title?
Even talking about when he came back, he pretty much said, whoops, my fault, sorry. My robots were speaking to me. But even then, you have him come back from his initial suspension from Brawl Out and pull the sorry, I'm not sorry speech. Which should have been your first sign.
Wow, what an asshole!
Which should have been your first sign. But you're like, you know what? We're going to go with this. We're going to see how this plays out. And look what happened. It played out exactly the way it always plays out with Phil Brooks, is that he becomes the villain when he thinks he's the hero.
I'm sorry you got your feelings hurt.
Yeah, well, I hope he understands that's what AEW is saying to him when they fired him.
Dude, I can't wait till he has like a Colt Cabana podcast. He's like, this place was run by idiots. It was a circus, and oh yeah, I had creative control and complete freedom.
Here's the problem: he can't even do Colt Cabana anymore.
I can't do a Colt Cabana. He's gonna do a podcast with Conrad Thompson and be like, this place was run by buffoons. It was a circus. No one's had to pick up the airport. But Punk, wouldn't you have like creative control? Weren't you like an executive or something? Yeah, well, Conrad.
Here's who I want to do the CM Punk show, because it's happening. It's coming. It's coming.
I bet Tony Khan's lawyer isn't like put like a non-compete. Like
that's also the issue too. We don't know if there's a non-compete.
Like, when is he legally allowed to speak with AEW? Do flip a coin? Who knows?
I know with Regal, when Regal wanted to come back to WWE to be with his son, there is Tony Khan put in a caveat that he couldn't be an on-screen talent for a year. But that sounds like it was an agreement done after the fact. So I don't think there is any non-compete clauses in a lot of these AEW contracts. And why would they be? Because a lot of their talent still is active on the indies.
Yeah, that too.
So this come back to back Tony in the ass. That is again, if we ever see Punk again, and that's the question. Is this the end of Punk?
I hope so. Fuck this guy. I'm sick of talking about him. I'm sick of seeing him. Oh my God, he'll do Joe Rogan and spill his guts. Joe Rogan will just laugh at him for being knocked out by Mickey Gall. All right? So Rogan has no interest in doing CM Punk. Rogan has more of a chance of having Donald Trump in the podcast than Joe and CM Punk. That's a quote from me. I'll put money on it.
Yeah, it's Punk to the Impact Zone confirmed. I don't even think Impact is going to touch CM Punk. Impact's doing well without him, surprisingly enough.
Who runs Impact? It's not Smashing Pumpkins
Is
anymore.
It Billy
it's not
Corgan?
The Carters. I thought Billy Corgan was the NWA.
Oh, I forgot who runs Impact. I'm not completely sure.
Not Jeff Jarrett.
It's definitely not Jeff.
Where's who does Brace for Impact? Is that Nate?
Yeah, Nate does it.
That's Nate.
NWA is Billy Corgan. You are correct, Fretz. Thank you. Yeah, we'll ask Nate, the host of a Brace for Impact podcast, who covers all things Impact, past and present.
EC3 is the NWA. Good for him.
Well, yeah, because he beat Tyrus.
Yeah, who he definitely controlled his narrative.
Maybe that's where Punk needs to go. Punk will recreate control your narrative and then ruin his own narrative.
Dude, that's literally what he did in AEW. He had creative control. He controlled his narrative.
And he ruined it.
And he still fucked it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
He couldn't even book his own place from the airport. He had creative control, and he couldn't get someone to pick him up from the airport when he was in control.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's... I'm tired of this, man. Like, you... There's only so many chances you can get. especially in the wrestling world, especially with fans. And there are people who are still supporting him. And people are like, oh, what happened to what's going to happen to Jack Perry, which he's suspended indefinitely. Okay, rightfully so. Cool.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And
not a repeat offender. Jack Perry was fired. I'd be like, why?
Because people were calling for like Jack Perry to get fired, and I'm like, Jack Perry's not a repeat offender in this. I can understand the indefinite suspension. Okay, he needs to learn and grow up a little bit in Punk, but also Punk is your problem, and I think probably the investigation, the independent investigation show, based on the history, if you eliminate Punk, you eliminate a lot of your problems. And that's probably what happened.
I want to know who conducted this independent investigation. Like, who's backstage asking the question? Because like everyone saw it. Like, apparently this fight with Jack Perry happened in front of Tony Khan. He was afraid for his life.
It was in Gorilla.
So
it was in Gorilla.
Yeah, like, right. So what are you investigating? You were there. You were right there, front and center. What investigation? Your memory? Like, what does this investigation mean?
Which, by the way, memory is the worst form of evidence there is out there.
I know, which is the crazy part. I hope there's cameras in Gorilla. There probably isn't, because AEW doesn't want to get those moments, I guess.
Well, no, they have AEW All Access, don't they?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
I think it's on Max.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I guarantee you it's not. Let me check.
I think it is. CM Punk lived long enough to see himself become the villain when he should have died the hero. But he never...
Oh, AEW All Access is on Max.
Told you.
No shit.
Yeah. Listen, AEW All Access would have great ratings if it got anything from the Brawl Out or anything from the fight at All In.
Although it only has 6 episodes, so it might have been canceled.
I think they might have canceled it, whatever. Because I think that All Access was around when Cody was doing stuff. When Cody was with them.
No, it was 2023.
Oh, okay.
When it debuted.
Never mind.
Might have been filming when he was still there, possibly.
But it
wasn't released when he was there. Yeah, released 2023.
Okay, fair enough. I can't foresee Punk in any way being the star that he thinks he is still, in any way, shape, or form. I hope. I
did say Roman's title reign outlasts CM Punk's entire AEW career.
This is true. But then again, never say never with pro wrestling. So, do I want to see Punk return? I think Will and I both are in agreement here and saying hell fucking no.
I can't wait to cheer him when he enters the Rumble at like number 18.
I do want. And by the way, for his podcast, I want Austin to do it because I want Austin cross from Punk with hands in the air with all of these controversial Stone Cold questions.
I wasn't there, but I'm saying you choked him out. Dude, the Broken Skull session with CM Punk would be fucking nuts.
Because you would have Austin chugging beer and CM Punk chugging water.
Yeah. Like, hey, here's a beer for the workman. Oh, wait, you a pussy. He goes, CM Punk, here's my guest. Fuck you.
I mean, listen.
I gotta go buy more of Austin's lager. That shit's really good.
The American lager is great. And listen, I mean, it's not out of the ordinary because, I mean, Austin got Jericho when Jericho was in AEW. And that's on the network.
Yeah, that's true.
So it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for Austin to do Punk. And honestly, can you imagine the numbers if Punk did the Austin podcast?
Dude, Austin hasn't done a podcast in a long time.
This would be a great one for him to do. I don't know if Punk would bite.
And I don't know if Austin would bite. Do you think Austin's been following this drama?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Not a fucking chance.
Not at all.
I mean, is Austin gonna? We're gonna talk about what? Who gives a fuck?
But
you know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna care.
Yeah, but with Punk, all the stuff from Punk is totally erased from AEW. None of his merchandise is there. His AEW related pro wrestling tees merch is not going to be there anymore. He is no longer a part of the roster on AEW's website. Punk is
or the alumni.
I believe. Punk is erased for good. Now, here is the big question, and I've heard a lot of theories. Austin doesn't need to watch any more wrestling. Austin's done enough. Is there any way possible, you think, Will, that CM Punk returns to WWE.
No. Like, yeah, I was going to ask you if you bought the rumor he was going to go in a 2023 Rumble, do a feud with Kevin Owens. And I go, what show are you watching? Like, what? Are you crazy? No. Like, I don't think that was even close to happening.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember how the 2023 Rumble panned out? Perfectly. Without him. Yeah. You know, perfectly without him. I don't know. There was a whole Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and Sami turning on Roman to get back with Kevin. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
there's
yeah,
no place.
whole,
there's no place for Punk in that story.
Yeah. Well, where was exactly? Like, the writing was on the wall and in the ring.
Yeah.
Punk was going to go against Kevin Owens. Where? When? Like, he was written off TV and came back in Montreal like a month later. Like, where was CM Punk going to fit in the storyline?
Yeah, I think
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. I think Scoop sat and just come in his pants.
Yeah. The whole story was supposed to be like Punk versus KO at the Mania that year, which could have moved the needle, but no.
But that tag match was way better. That was needle mover.
Yeah.
A tag team match.
Main evented
WrestleMania. When's the last time that happened? WrestleMania like 1?
It was. That's correct.
Yeah, literally. So,
and the first time the tag titles main evented a WrestleMania.
Yeah. So no, I don't buy this for a second that Punk was going back to WWE. I don't buy it. I'll believe it when I see it, and then I still won't believe it. Like, you got to keep him in line, and they couldn't keep him in line when he was there 15 years ago, or like 10 years ago. You think he's gonna keep him in line now?
I think there is a better chance if Punk were to return to WWE to keep him in line. Number one, because the hierarchy of power is a little bit different. In that sense, aka Triple H is probably going to bury his ass.
Yeah.
That, and it is clear and evident that in the grand scheme of professional wrestling, WWE included, CM Punk is no longer the top guy. And he will be treated as such.
Yeah, where do you put him?
I heard a theory from my boy Kaz. Shout out to Kaz. I heard a theory that you treat Punk as give him like special attraction, special attraction. Like, he is not a day-to-day guy. Lord Almighty, he's not a day-to-day guy. You know, he comes in for a specific feud, maybe like a 6-month prove it deal, kind of.
Yep.
6.
Yeah, Survivor Series to Mania.
Something like that. Yeah, Survivor Series to Mania. Because let's not forget, folks, where's Survivor Series this year? Chicago. There is money to be had in a surprise CM Punk showing up in Chicago. Again, this is also pending a non-complete clause from AEW and whatever time he has to spend off, which I doubt actually exists. However, you give him a 6-month prove it. You give him a couple of people that he can work with that he won't outshine, maybe some more veterans. You give him the Miz. You know, hell, feed him to Roman for Rumble. Screw it. You know? My ideal situation is this. They have John Cena for another 2 to 3 months. Punk and Cena. Punk can handle Cena. I mean, Cena can handle Punk. You get it's a nostalgic thing, and also Punk can outshine Cena, and you keep Punk away from all your other talent, and you give John something to do.
I think I'd rather see Brock murder the fuck out of CM Punk.
You see Brock come back early just to beat Punk.
Yeah, just to beat him up.
That would be great. But no, Punk maybe does a Survivor Series the Mania run. Like, if I'm potentially booked, if I'm interested in re-signing CM Punk, and in the current WWE landscape, including NXT, it's hard to place CM Punk anywhere.
Right.
There's too much talent. There's too much talent that's better than him in the ring. We'll put it that way. Maybe not on the mic, but in the ring, there's too much talent that's better than him, that can tell a better story in the ring than him. But if I'm calling up Punk, hypothetically speaking, to try to sign him, my pitch to Punk is, listen, you have one final opportunity to maybe go out on a more positive note. This is your third, you fucked yourself up the first time in WWE. Obviously, everybody knows what happened to AEW. You're not getting any younger. You're not getting any better. You have one more opportunity to potentially go out to some sort of okay statement and with some sort of dignity. We can give you a mid-card spot in WrestleMania with a potential person to be named. Yay or nay?
You can lose to Austin Theory.
Something. Yeah, like something. But like at this point, the window is so small for him to do something that either he takes it now or he's gone forever.
Yeah, fuck him. I don't want to see him again. I don't care, dude.
I don't want to listen. Punk's ruined it for me, and it's really funny. Charles was right. Remember Charles last week?
What? No, what did he say?
Yeah, we clipped it on one of our socials, but he said that he goes, "I love the CM Punk run because this is proving everything that we've known all along. He's been a dick the whole time."
Yeah, he's been a dick the whole time.
So Punk go back to making B movies and mid comics. He wasn't even good at that.
Go back to UFC. Go to MMA commentary, which he was pretty good at.
I think commentary he's fine. He can't even go back to UFC because it's going back to WWE.
Not UFC, MMA.
Yeah.
MMA commentary like Bellator or something.
Yeah, he'll go to Bellator or like One Pro Wrestling or whatever it is. I don't know. But yeah, no. Rest in peace, CM Punk. Punk screwed Punk. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it is.
That sums it up.
Punk screwed Punk, and Triple H was right the whole time. Yeah. That's all it is. So.
God, I hate being an adult.
Yep. You see your heroes.
Wow, what an asshole!
You see the heroes for who they actually are. So, if this is the last time we talk about CM Punk, thank God. Anywho, we do have to give some congratulations to Gunther, who has now beaten the Honky Tonk Man and is now the longest single intercontinental championship reign of all time. Thank you so much. Honky Tonk Man still tried to go to Twitter and called himself the greatest IC champion ever. And Honky Tonk Man, stop.
Dude, it's fake.
Yeah.
Someone tell him it's fake.
Stop. So yeah, this match was brutal. You ever see? There's a couple things that happened in this match that he beat Gable with. It got really violent at the end. Gable tried to get out of a sleeper hold from Gunther. Gunther just suplexed him while in the sleeper hold.
Ow.
Pretty much literally almost landing on his neck. Then picks him up, jackknife powerbombs him. By the way, Gable's whole family is in the crowd. This is the cruelest thing I've ever seen WWE and Kevin Dunn do production-wise. He has three or four little children, probably like no older than like 6, 7.
Was it like this?
Stop! He's already dead.
Almost. So what happens? You get the sleeper suplex, which is vicious. I thought Gable landed almost Cleveland's head. He then picks him up, jackknife powerbombs him. As soon as the 3 is counted, they cut and zoom in on one of his children who starts bursting into tears on live TV. I was like, that's a little unnecessary. Like, I get the point, but like, oh, that was vicious. It is sad. It's not sad Gable girl. It's sad Gable daughter. Like, and they kept cutting back to her too. But listen, at this point, I think Gunther rides us out to the Rumble. He loses, and Gunther's one of my front runners for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, dude, keep it going. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, would we be surprised if Gunther main events a night of WrestleMania? I wouldn't be.
A little bit.
And
I still can't tell you why. Remember last week I was like, I still don't know why I'm not sold yet. It is, but I think it's because how they're positioning him. But they've definitely done a good job the past few weeks.
Yeah.
But would I be surprised if he won the Rumble? Yeah, I would be. I
wouldn't be. I can see, especially if Seth survives Shinsuke, I can see Gunther, Seth for the world title. Main event of Mania. Of night 1 of Mania.
It's possible.
I like it.
It's totally possible.
I like it.
I say keep the one going though. I mean, the guy's nothing wrong with him.
No.
There's nothing wrong with him.
The man has put in an insane amount of work on his body, on his promo, on his ring work. Like, Gunther looks like there is a clear, distinct difference between Walter and Gunther at this point.
Oh yeah, no, he put the work in for sure.
Put the work in.
The effort's 100% there.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, I know what changes I need to make to be a star, and he made every single one of them. So make him a fucking star.
Yeah. And I think he's getting there. He's a great natural heel. He has a great look. Like, props to him. Like, I look back at that picture I have with Gunther. It's like seeing a completely different person.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
He's beaten a lot of people too.
He's beat up a crap ton of people. But yeah, I think Gunther Seth main event, and Gunther takes it off Seth, and Seth can finally go home because he finally main evented a WrestleMania, and he can get his freaking back surgery. Think that's the story there. Which I like. So congratulations to Gunther again. May his IC title run last for a very, very long time.
Long may he reign. Gunther!
Yes. Speaking of which, AEW's Grand Slam is coming up. You know, the thing that's not a pay-per-view, but Wrestle Dream is, which is coming up in a month for AEW.
What?
Exactly. Because it's an AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. Again,
wow, what an asshole!
something that should be a pay-per-view, but only it's a free television event for everybody. And they are starting tonight what's going to be their World Title Eliminator Tournament. It's just a tournament to figure out who the number one contender is for the AEW World Title. That tournament is starting tonight. So, Will, you have been to Grand Slam once, right?
Yes, the first
What was
one.
the experience like?
Fun as fuck. The atmosphere was great. The noise in that building is excellent. It's a
I was going to say,
dome,
how are the
and
acoustics?
the acoustics are phenomenal. The first time they didn't have like nearly enough merch, and the food was kind of trash because that's on a stadium though. That's not AEW's fault per se.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the merch is their fault, but it's the stadium's fault. They didn't prepare for that many people.
Yeah.
And I've heard that the last one was a lot better for that fact.
Mm-hmm.
But going to Arthur Ashe, man, it's really easy to get to, at least from me. Great venue, acoustics are great, the show is great. Like, I love that they do this every single year.
Yeah.
But I've heard that ticket sales are really pricey and they're not really selling that great.
Yeah, I mean, they've been struggling ever since All In at Wembley. From what I've heard.
Well, they don't sell well in the States.
Yeah.
Also, that 80,000 number, Tony Khan wants to get it audited, which is just like, why?
He's
why are you
trying
doing
to
this?
authenticate this number.
But it's not authentic at all. Like, it's not even close. Like, we all know it's not close to 80,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, here's the thing about AEW, too. Like, this is what I've heard from people who were there on other podcasts and stuff. It's just like, the number is probably closer to 60,000, between 50 and 60,000.
Yeah.
Which, phenomenal number.
Yeah, be happy.
That in and of itself is a phenomenal
Be
number.
really happy about that.
So instead, Tony Khan put more effort into lying about the actual number than he did to making sure there was merch to sell
Oh my
at the
God,
venue.
Tony.
Like, there were no posters, no signed things. There wasn't that much merch to begin with. Like, could you imagine WrestleMania without, like, a signed program?
Never.
Or, like, a signed thing with, like a signed post with the matches and both people sign it. It's like only 1,000 of them. You can sell for, like, $2,000 each.
Listen, if
like,
WrestleMania were to ever leave the States, and I've been to WrestleMania in a bunch of cities, London would be littered in WWE merch. They would put a fucking flag on top of Big Ben if they could. Okay.
Yes, they would. They fucking would. Of course they would.
Freaking the King of England. The King of England would have a WWE Championship belt. Like, they would be parading through. They would put a flag on top of Buckingham Palace. Okay.
They would.
Okay.
They totally would. AEW would be like, fuck, I should have thought of that. But yeah, it's just like the merch. The one thing I have most from AEW shows, there's not that much merch.
I remember going to Dynamite at UBS, and there was only like one merch stand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember going to Arthur Ashe going, I want an Orange Cassidy shirt, like him just going like this. It's like it's a shirt of him wearing his own shirt.
Yeah, that's something he.
Like,
I think he had that on the Indies. I've seen that shirt.
Yeah, like, I wanted that shirt at AEW. It wasn't there.
Sad.
It wasn't there. There was like only CM Punk stuff and like a Young Bucks thing maybe. But like, there wasn't that much merch, so AEW isn't good at, like, you know,
They're also
money outside of ticket sales.
Yeah, they're also
which aren't even good at, which aren't even that good at either.
Yeah, they're not good also at having their superstar. I don't feel like their merch department is very lackluster, especially because I think they do, because since their performers are what would be traditional independent contractors, so they partner with pro wrestling tees. So which is smart. Smart for them, but I need to look at that money breakdown. I want to, and like the other thing is when you're watching an AEW show compared to a WWE show, if a WWE superstar has merch that they're just releasing or that just come out, they're wearing it to the ring. Whereas in AEW, they don't do that self-marketing like that.
Dude, they didn't even have an "I was there" shirt.
How do you not do that?
Right? Right? So like, yeah, like this tournament's cool and everything. I actually think the tournament's a great idea. Like, a number one contenders tournament's fine, and Arthur Ashe's a great venue. Yeah. But like, I think this is part of like the growing pains AEW has to go through, and they haven't.
Yeah. So according to Mr. Friends, who went to Forbidden Door, there was only Bullet Club, AEW, Elite, and Forbidden Door shirts. That's not enough.
Yeah.
Like that's not enough. That's not acceptable even for a house show.
You had 80,000 people in the building where people took pictures and the whole like top section's roped off. And it only seats 90,000 people.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say only, but it seats 90,000 people.
Yeah.
Like including the floor. So it's just like, dude, focus on the merch. Like I would much rather have Tony Khan brag about how much money he made than how much tickets he didn't sell.
Yeah. No, I agree. So hopefully there's and they really need at this point because they are going to go to like a monthly pay-per-view schedule. The writing's pretty much on the wall there.
I think that's a mistake.
I mean, we have All In, All Out, and now we're getting Wrestle Dream in a month from now. At this point, so, but of all the shows that need to be a pay-per-view and not a freaking episode of Dynamite, Grand Slam needs to be one of it. It is one of the most unique venues for pro wrestling that we've ever seen, and it's a shame that AEW doesn't prop it up this more than they should.
Yeah.
It really is. But good luck to it. I'm interested in the tournament. Now let's move to a house show that became a premium live event, and I'm talking WWE Payback. Okay, this premium live event had no reason being this good. This had the lowest marks of the entire year for us, and it still exceeded my expectations.
What, Charles gave like a 5 or a 4?
No, Charles went the highest. He went 7.5.
Who gave like a 4? Was it K?
I think it was K.
Someone like really low.
I think K.
It's like 4. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, but I was thoroughly impressed by this. Well, what about you?
Yeah, it was fun. Like, that's the word I'm going to use for it. It was fun. I liked this off the bat. All the matches had a lot of time.
Yes.
They had room to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, would you prefer they take off 10 minutes from a cage match and put it on SummerSlam, or they give it an extra 15 minutes and it's a fucking incredible match on a throwaway pay-per-view like Payback? Like,
yeah.
And the street fight as well was also really good.
Again, Triple H was right.
Yeah, Triple H was right. I mean, yeah, smaller, like it's a bigger spotlight on a smaller stage, but
it did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, I thought it was great. The match was, you know how much I hate steel cage matches.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was really fun, and now Trish is gone.
For right now, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a good end to the story, and Becky got her payback.
There you go.
Right? That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the story. Payback.
Exactly.
Right?
There you go.
So, yeah, it's like, good things come to those who wait. So I waited, and it was good.
Yeah, and it worked out. So let's go to this main event, which, off the bat, anime Shinsuke entrance. I want every week.
Yeah, that was also Shinsuke's first main event of a pay-per-view in WWE,
which is
NXT not included.
Because he did main event Brooklyn 2, I believe, with Samoa Joe. But yeah, no, they did a great job. I love this is the Shinsuke that we've been waiting for a while. When he came back from New Japan, he's vicious, he's ruthless, he does not give a damn about you or your people. Seth Rollins kind of not selling me on the sympathetic babyface thing, but whatever. I like how they portrayed Shinsuke. Obviously, this isn't over. Seth pulled a rabbit out of his hat. Shinsuke then attacked him after the match, after cameras went off air, which is kind of a Shinsuke MO, because obviously, remember, he lost to AJ Styles, and then he kneed him in the balls after the match at WrestleMania. So this is Shinsuke's MO. He loses the world title match, he attacks you afterwards.
Yep. Classic.
Classic Shinsuke.
Classic. He's never getting his belt though, unfortunately.
It's looking more and more like it, but I like that they've given him some room to be a little bit more vicious, and also be more of a natural himself. Because like, I like that they're actually saying, okay, let's dive into your Japanese heritage. Let's use these things that make you you, and put the WWE sprinkle on it and make it better. That anime promo entrance was amazing.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, WWE also knows that coming into football season, like they know they're pretty much riding the wave until Survivor Series, where it's gonna be like it's rumored to be like the Team SmackDown versus Raw system, where it's like matches actually matter again.
Okay.
So they're kind of treading water, and now it's just let's just sprinkle some shit up, shake it up, and try something different.
I like it.
So it's fine,
Yeah.
right? It's inconsequential and fine. It's house showy. You watch it for the wrestling because the wrestling's good. You don't necessarily watch it for the stories or expecting like groundbreaking shit.
But even then, this story was good. I mean, the Seth with the big story now is how long can Seth Rollins go with this broken back?
Dude, I'm not convinced his back's actually broken. I think it's kayfabe. I think he fell for it.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, but dude, if his back was actually, how many people do you know with broken backs who can do what Seth Rollins does?
But then again, how many?
I've never broken my back, but I think if your back is broken, you can't move.
But again, we're also normal people. We're not athletes like Seth Rollins is.
Right, but I guess what can be defined as a broken back?
That's true. It depends on how big the fracture is. If it's a complete break, because I mean, you can function with some damage to your back. Depends on how bad the back is. I mean, think about this. Randy Orton functioned with a bad back for years.
There's a difference between a bad back and a broken back. I have a bad shoulder, right? But it's not broken. If it was broken, he would get surgery.
For the most part,
he probably has like a history of back issues,
which every wrestler does.
Of course, because that's your job. You land on your back. But I truly believe this is just storyline, and you just fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
I don't know. It's there. There seems to be a lot of evidence that he may just have a really bad back. Like he said, he's been working with because I think he said he has two chipped vertebrae in his back, which means he can probably still function, but he probably isn't always a lot of pain.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. If you can probably still function with the chipped vertebra.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is probably.
I mean, how do you necessarily fix that? I don't know.
Exactly, unless he takes time off. But Seth Rollins, he's not taking time off.
Right.
So, and it could be like the longer he goes, the worse it gets, which scientifically sounds correct.
Also sounds correct. Yeah, but I think the term "broken" is maybe not the right term to use, but it's for storyline. It's great.
Broken, chipped. I mean, if it's not completely there, then it is broken. So. Like, linguistically, it does work, but is it actually probably just chipped? Maybe.
I mean, broken sounds better.
Yeah, broken sounds better. Yeah,
purposes.
broken sounds better for storyline and gets you invested. But good matches. I think this is going to Fastlane. Again, this cage match, a lot better than I expected. Like, really, really good. Especially for Trish's first cage match ever in her storied career.
Yeah.
I love they paid the homage to Lita and Victoria by doing their finishers, which I was very happy that Michael Cole was allowed to speak on that, which was really cool. Which was really fun because I didn't expect her to hit a widow, so he was like, "Oh shit."
It's history I also had no idea of, so that was pretty cool to hear. That was cool to learn.
Yeah, I mean, listen, ever since Vince really let the reins go and have Triple H do stuff, Michael Cole has gotten exponentially better.
Yeah, but Vince isn't in here anymore, or at least not nearly as much.
Yeah, exponentially better in commentary. Especially him and Corey Graves are really fun this premium live event.
Yeah, Michael Cole's like, thank God KP isn't here.
Yeah, no, this was good. I didn't think they were going to take the risk that they were going to do. The giant bulldog from the top row, Becky with the
and the rock bottom from the top row. Yeah, Trish got her ass.
Did you see the photos afterwards?
Yeah, that big welt on her forehead.
Yeah,
that was good. No, it was a really, really good match. These two beat the fuck out of each other. It was believable.
Yeah, it
was a very well done cage match. You know why? Because it wasn't too much bullshit with the door.
No, they played it up a little bit, but not too much.
I'm crawling towards the door really slowly. I just get on my knees and stand.
Yeah. No, they didn't do that, and they used pretty much the entire cage.
Yes, and Zoe Stark, like using a door like that made sense, right? Like Zoe Stark had to had to get in there eventually. Like she had to give her finisher on Trish to make sure that she can separate and get not make like a complete fool. So everyone looked good here, including Zoe Stark.
Yeah. No, it was good, and it was a good ending to the story.
I mean, she goes fucking nowhere from here, but who gives a shit?
Who knows? Who knows? We shall see. I'm very high on Zoe Stark, her in-ring work. I think her promo work's getting better, but that might take time. You know, we'll see. But I'm high on it. But listen, thank you, Trish.
Thank you, Trish. And this match got so much time.
They started the show. They started.
Yeah, Michael Cole was like match of the year candidate. I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine.
It's a good nomination for them.
Sure.
It's a good nomination for him, but I enjoyed it. It's fun. It's the best cage match I've seen all year.
That's a cage match I've seen in a long time.
You know.
That's for damn sure, yeah.
So congratulations to them. Great work. Becky is now going to go to NXT to work with Tiffany Stratton, which I do also enjoy how WWE has been slowly integrating their top NXT stars, whether it be like an appearance and in the crowd, or now you have this backstage segment with Tiffy and Becky.
Yeah, Triple H is very smart, just cock teasing
and Sean.
Like NXT people and Sean, and also bringing their like top stars down to NXT to try and like fish your audience into going and watching 1 week of NXT. Because sometimes all it's gonna take is 1 week, and you go, "Fuck, I guess I'm in."
Listen, Dominic Mysterio,
Braun Breaker, the best spear in the. No, stop this! I gotta watch this shit.
Listen, Dominic Mysterio has done wonders for them.
Yeah, for sure. And Dom having that belt is well, I mean, he should have, I think, okay, if Dom beats Gunther, come on now. I think if they held out a little bit, no, I take it back. He can drop the North American and go straight and say, you know what? I want more continents. Intercontinental, I'm coming for you.
And then have him get destroyed by Gunther. Like, that's what I want to see.
Just roll him up. Roll him up. Oh, you know what? No. He does it how Warrior beat Honky Tonk Man. Squash him.
I would love that a lot, actually. I was speaking of Dominic Mysterio. He was a guest referee on NXT this past Tuesday. They made him a custom Judgment Day referee outfit with purple and black stripes.
Oh, that's pretty fucking awesome. I saw his video on Instagram of Dominic. It was like a fan question. It was like, Dominic, we ever reconcile with your father? He's like, man, that would be tough. So much damage was done. And it's kind of hard since my father's up above. He goes, I miss you, Eddie. I'm paraphrasing. It was something like that.
It's been a year.
It was really good. We're
going to talk about Judgment Day in a hot second. But first, let's move on to the massive surprise of the night. Jey Uso doing a live rock concert in the middle of Payback with this return, and having synchronicity with the crowd. Like, it looked like a rock concert. I was like, how did he pull this off?
Yeah. I mean, dude, he did do it. It worked in Detroit because it's the 8 Mile. He's just like,
they weren't in Detroit. They're in Pittsburgh.
I know, but that's when he did it. That's when he first did it in Detroit for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
He was doing the 8 Mile when Eminem's doing the rap battle at the ends. So that's what he was doing, and he's just like, oh shit, I'm gonna do this everywhere.
It works.
Look at this, Zeus.
It's a great visual. They panned out and they showed the whole crowd. I was like, wow, that's awesome.
I'm just sitting there like, yeah, if I was in the crowd, I'd be doing that. I'd be doing it in the box.
Yeah, no, it was, oh man, that was a huge shocker for me. Cody said he struck a deal and he used his influence to bring Jay to Raw, which a good little swivel in the story.
Day one is just me. Day one is
It's a great little thing. I didn't see it coming. I thought that was cool. Now, the big thing here is that it was announced on Raw by Adam Pearce, who's having a horrible time with Chelsea Green.
Yep.
That since Jey Uso moved from SmackDown to Raw, SmackDown is going to get a Raw superstar. They haven't named who. Everybody's saying, oh, it's obviously Cody. Because that would kind of make sense. Cody, swung whatever influence he has to get himself to SmackDown, which would be interesting. But here's the thing. I was talking about this earlier. What if Everybody's thinking this is going to be an immediate switch, and I don't think this is an immediate switch.
Give him the Miz.
Could you imagine? What if it's like a player to be named later scenario?
They get to steal a draft pick.
Yeah.
They get a first round. They get one of Raw's 3 first round draft picks.
So if not Cody going to SmackDown, which would be the easy pull him back and give him Odyssey Jones, stop it. Who from Raw should go to SmackDown if not Cody?
Dude, I gotta look at the roster. That's a really good question, actually.
Yeah, because everybody's screaming, "Oh, it's gonna be Cody," but what if it's not Cody? I do believe at some point Cody is going to face Roman. How you put them together, this could be a way to do it for Mania. But
Braun's injured.
Braun is injured, yeah.
You got to think of someone who's on the same level. Dexter Lumis is inactive. Oh, Drew.
He's stuck with Riddle, but I like it.
Yeah, that can just be written off. Riddle sucks.
I like Drew.
I think that Odyssey Jones is on the roster. Yeah, I think out of anyone, that is pretty much the only one who's on the level. I think Cody's a little above Jay, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Cody or Drew. I think that would make the most sense.
I like that. I like Drew. Ciampa would be interesting as well.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not a fair trade, though.
No, yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to think of a fair trade here. You know
it's very hard to get.
You got main event Jey Uso with inactive Tommaso Ciampa. Okay.
Yeah, now that would be a little difficult, but I like Drew, either Drew or Cody. I'm fine with that.
Maybe Bronson Reed.
I like Bronson Reed.
I could give you a wild card of Bronson Reed. Like, okay, I can work with this.
Sure. Bronson Reed smashes Rey Mysterio, like Tsunami's Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title. Can you imagine that visual?
Yes, I could. That'd be great.
Ray retires immediately because he can't get up. That's what it is. But let's move on to Judgment Day, literally holding pretty much every other belt imaginable. That's not the IC title, the U.S. title, or world title, outside of Rhea Ripley's world title, and the freaking briefcase.
They needed this win, dude. I'm not gonna let this visual. I was like, all right, they're finally actually like worth a faction that's worth that. They're a faction that's finally worth talking about.
This match might have been my favorite match of the night.
Oh, for sure. It was so much fun. It
was so ridiculous.
They come out wearing hockey jerseys, and Michael Cole calls them Pirates jerseys.
Which Corey Graves was so mad about.
Corey Graves is like, are you a fucking idiot?
What I love about it is that because Corey's from Pittsburgh, so when they came out with the Mario Lemieux jersey, okay, I don't give a damn about Crosby. He can go kick some rocks. But the Lemieux jersey, Corey Graves lost his mind on commentary. He was like, "This is Le Magnifique." It was great. Kevin Owens bled a little bit too much, which thankfully the doctors were there to fix him up.
Yeah.
That match is crazy. Kevin Owens doing with Jeff Hardy in the crowd.
He did do Jeff Hardy. Kind of missed the table a little bit though.
The table was too.
He overshot it by like just a few inches, like a few feet.
He should have moved the table out a little bit more.
Yeah.
He still hit it though.
He hit Dom, which we were supposed to do. The table still broke, but he landed hard.
Dom had a rough night.
Yeah. Still there for the finish, though.
He was still there for the finish. Good for him.
KO getting speared by Rhea was pretty dope. That was pretty funny.
It was before Rhea's match, too. I was like, you idiots.
Yeah, it was a 5-minute match. It was fine.
You know, listen, Finn Balor is now a Grand Slam champion.
Oh, shit, he is, isn't he?
It's his first time ever winning tag titles.
World title
US.
and US.
Yep. Finn is a Grand...
Good for him.
Good for him. Damian Priest has a new Money in the Bank briefcase, which looks really bad.
Does he? Which one is it? It's not this green one?
No, so Is
it purple?
It's purple, and it's purple with silver lettering. But you know how he called himself Senor Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
They did you remember how I did the new KOTR? They kind of did that kind of stencil aesthetic.
Oh, that's fine.
It looks.
I bet it looks stupid.
It looks really
that's
bad. Fine. But I liked it. It's on the shop. They're selling it on the shop already. for Senor Money in the Bank. But listen, good for Judgment Day. They're dominant now. There's no other faction that has all of these belts as well as a Money in the Bank briefcase all at the same time. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, they do look great carrying all the gold, for sure. They needed this win desperately because they don't win shit as a group.
I was like, yeah.
As a group, I was talking about last week. So this was a great team effort.
It really was.
They really needed.
It really was. And I like it because Sammy and Kevin can move on to something else. And obviously, now that Jay's back, you had Jay and Sammy reconcile in the ring to begin Raw.
Aww.
Yeah, they had the Usi hug. So Usi's
dude, I watched. I came up on my feed again. There's like the year anniversary of the first Usi line, and watching Roman, Jimmy, and Jay all break character, dude, it's still so funny because Roman's look is just like,
what?
And he's just looking up like, gonna play this off, and then he does. And he does. He's like, so you think is that it, Jay? And it's not. Uzi? It's so fucking funny. And I miss it.
Oh, man.
I miss it so much.
So you want to hear something crazy? It's been over a year since Dom turned heel.
That's true. Yeah. Clash of the Castle.
Clash of the Castle was around this time last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk
what a run.
Talk about a hell of a year.
Yeah.
A hell of a heel run.
So with Jay on SmackDown, where does that leave Jimmy, and where does that leave Roman?
Jay's on Raw.
Sorry, reverse it. With Jay on Raw, where does that leave Jimmy and Roman?
Roman's still on SmackDown. Jimmy is also still on SmackDown.
I know, but what are they going to do?
Well, Roman's not doing shit because Roman's going to be away for a while. Jimmy...
Yeah, Roman's waiting for Seth at Survivor Series. That's
Jimmy
fine.
Is slated to face AJ Styles next week.
Okay.
Or this week on.
Well, yeah, I'm glad they split him up because Jimmy needs to build some street cred and literally get on the same page as Jay to make me think he has any chance of beating him.
I would love Survivor Series Jimmy versus Jay.
That would be pretty cool.
It's the perfect time to do it if we're going to do brand supremacy again.
Dude, you do co-main event, brother versus brother, and then brother versus brother, shield brother versus shield brother.
Yeah.
Brothers versus brothers, zer.
Something like
brother
that.
Versus brother and brother versus brother.
Brethren or something. Yeah, something like that. That'll work. But congratulations to Judgment Day. Interesting run for them.
Although Team Jimmy versus Team Jay in War Games would also be fucking really cool.
That would be really cool as well. Last one I want to talk about for Payback. Rhea and Raquel. This is obviously the first of many. Really? You should watch it. It was good.
It's a 5-minute match.
It was longer than 5 minutes. We can't talk about them giving them time and then we say this was a 5-minute match.
This one's like a 7-minute match. I fast forward. I didn't go that far. I was like, wow, it's already over. Thank God.
No, it was good. It was good in the sense that it actually made Rhea look like she could lose. Because Raquel and Rhea just have good chemistry together. And this is just the beginning of many. Obviously, we couldn't have Raquel take it off of Rhea at Payback because that kind of wouldn't make sense. But there was a lot of good here, and I think this is only going to build from there because now Raquel, like I've said before, is no longer an Apollo Crews type character. Right. She still got the back, but now she's mad.
She still has the back too. Great, it's the best back in wrestling. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins wishes she had that back. But it also helps the fact that these two have good chemistry because they're the same size. Like I can only imagine how hard it is for like a Rhea Ripley to work with a Zelina Vega because she's twice her size.
This is also probably why they work so well.
Yeah.
They were probably, just on size alone, they were probably just sparring partners down in the Performance Center in NXT.
Absolutely, for sure.
Because they had to be. And so I think this is going to pay dividends. We just need to bump the Raquel character up a little bit more. Just a little bit more. She's getting there.
Yeah, wake me when she gets there, because I think Raquel has all the potential in the world. She just needs to
be mean. And I think she's going to get the opportunity now. Having her stalk Rhea and having Rhea look like she could actually lose because it's somebody... Rhea's finally picking on somebody her own size.
Yeah.
And that's the story there.
Absolutely. Excellent.
So, excellent. Again, Payback, no reason being that good. Solid 7.5 to 8 for me.
Agreed. 7.5.
Yeah. Solid. It was just fun. Like, it was just a fun night of wrestling.
Like, I would have bought that ticket going, shit, really? This is the card? Would have walked out going, wow, I had fun.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it was a good way to spend the weekend. I watched half of it Saturday morning, next half Sunday morning. So, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Because Sunday, Monday, because it was on Saturday night.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah. Let's move on to AEW All Out, which, spoiler alert, folks, All Out is a much better produced show than AEW All In. And I will...
Dude, Dennis Rodman showed up.
That was on Collision.
Really? That was on Collision?
Yeah. They announced it last minute. Like,
shit.
So, listen. So, you fire CM Punk Friday, but then you also announced Dennis Rodman is coming to Chicago on the same day. They tried. They tried really hard to kind of mask it. Listen, we're gonna fire your hero, but hey, we're gonna bring back Dennis Rodman. Which there was nothing memorable from that segment, from what I know. Like, nothing at all. But then again, I wasn't watching it. You know why? Because Collision came on the same time as Payback. Like, I'm just not watching it.
Yeah.
I'm just not watching it. I'm sorry. And I'm happy I watched Payback. But I will tell you this. I did watch All Out. And here's what I enjoyed about it. Will, and I think you'll understand this too. As the casual of casual AEW viewers, I need a reason to tune in, and I need a reason to know why should I be invested in these matches. WWE and NXT do this quite well for all of their premium live events. AEW, especially for All In, I thought was very striking, where I was like, why should I care about this? They fixed that, I think, out of necessity, because it was so quickly after All In, is that every marquee match on All Out had at least a 2 to 3 minute video package.
That helps.
Yeah, telling you,
that definitely helps.
Giving you backstory, giving you interviews, telling you why they are fighting, which is something that All In didn't do. And for me, and for my viewing experience, I thought AEW All Out was a much better produced and much better put together show inside and outside the ring, obviously because nobody was fighting backstage a gorilla. The crowd was, I think, a lot more into it. They were in Chicago, it's kind of their home base, but like I said, it was just a much better show all around. And they should be proud of this show. I thought it was a really good show. I think their first show where their secondary title main evented. The international title main event. It was Moxley versus Orange Cassidy.
I heard it was a bloodbath turned into Blood Orange Cassidy.
It was Blood Orange Cassidy. That's my only gripe. There was, again, AEW problem. Too many guys bleeding in their matches.
Sorry, Ricky, they got permission.
Yeah, they clearly did.
They put these rules in place, and then they just don't follow them, I guess.
No, but it was good. Cassidy has had almost a year reign as the international champion, formerly the All Atlantic Championship.
Yay!
Which is good for him. I realized that Orange Cassidy is very talented. I've seen this man work in person. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's amazing. But I also realized in watching this match with Moxley, he's really just he's literally just a whitewashed Roman Reigns. Orange Cassidy.
Really?
The Orange Punch.
Yeah,
Okay. The Orange Punch.
Does he do a spear?
He did do a spear.
Oh god, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Does he call it the stem? Stem!
No, but it was good. Orange Cassidy deserved to take some time off. Jon Moxley is now your new international champion. Good for him. Hopefully that'll, raise the prestige of that title to something more than it. But it was a good match. It was a good way for Orange Cassidy to go out and should take some time off. Also happening in this match, which is probably the match of the night, Kenny Omega versus Takeshita from New Japan and Don Callis' new protege, which Kenny lost in a hell of a match. Very New Japan style. Very awesome. Takeshita, kind of newer to the scene. I'm a fan of him right now. He's huge. He can look Kenny Omega in the eye, pretty much. And he flows really well. Great fundamentals. Like you can see, he has his bridging during the suplex. Just a really good match. Really good match, and this is a match that I felt told a good. This is a very WWE style match where it really like it crescendoed to something, and it told a story, which sometimes you don't get from AEW matches all the time. But they really took their time building up this match, which I thought was really, really good for them. Moving on, as we're kind of fast tracking, strap match. Strap match was. This is the CM Punk replacement match. It's supposed to be Ricky Starks versus CM Punk in like a strap style match, but obviously CM Punk got fired. Okay, and Ricky Starks has been trying to go up against one of my favorite legends, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
I've been hearing about that. I hope it doesn't happen.
No. So what happened was on Collision, he wanted to get a match with Steamboat in a strap match. So Steamboat signed the contract, or Steamboat got the contract created, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm not fighting." It's like this. He's like, I'm known as the Dragon, but this guy is also known as the Dragon, and it's the return of Bryan Danielson.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
all right, kayfabe, that makes sense. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Bryan Danielson returned to face Ricky Starks. Great match, bleeding strap match, pretty brutal. I will say, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat still does a great working punch and some great chops. He got involved a little bit, and he's so good.
God bless him.
He's ageless. He's ageless. And it was another good, fantastic match. In my opinion, I've watched a lot of AEW pay-per-views. This might be my favorite one. Just by the way, I thought it was very well put together. And then we if there was anything that was meat slapping majesty, it was this. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Miro.
And Lana.
Well, I was going to get to that. I was getting to that. There's this whole thing with meat going on, so the crowd started chanting meat the entire time.
It is a very meaty match.
Yeah, they were like, meat, 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 meat. It was a very big meat slapping majesty match. I still escaped. Yahoo! That's the wrong one, I think.
I didn't hit that. That was like my mic cord.
Yeah, okay.
It was
there it is.
meat
There it is.
slapping majesty.
Thank you, Kay.
Yes, thank you, Kay, so much. Thank you, Kayfabe. It still escapes me how Powerhouse Hobbs isn't a bigger deal in AEW. It really does. And I don't know why. Like, he looks the part. Like, I don't see how he's not a champion, but whatever. That's AEW's issue. Great match.
They have enough of them.
What? Oh, champions?
Champions.
There's enough to pass around.
Right, you know what I mean? Like,
Seriously.
if Taquan was here, we know what he'd say.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden we had the debut of Lana, which was so weird to see, by the way. And my first instance, obviously, outside of kayfabe telling us that Lana showed up.
Is she wearing pants? That's
She
my
is
first
wearing.
question.
She's wearing shorts.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't look like it.
I know.
Like, it looks like she got pounded out by someone else in the backstage. She's going to tell me.
She just threw on shorts, yeah, or just threw on like a shirt and stuff.
Threw on his shirt.
Yeah. So this happened like after the match. All of a sudden, her theme music hit, or her new theme music, and you couldn't really hear it, which AEW does a problem of. You can never really hear their songs, especially for debuts. But it says like the Tron for it says hot and flexible.
Oh. Okay.
And AEW tweeted out, "Oh my God, it's Miro's. It's the hot and flexible wife of Miro." That was the tweet. I was like, "Wow,
Wow." A hot and flexible, so you know.
I was like, bold move. I don't know where this is going. Miro kind of left Lana, or whatever the hell she's going to be called, because they didn't give her a name yet.
CJ Perry.
They're probably going to give her real name, CJ Perry, which, by the way, amazing Instagram. He walked.
I'll be a judge of that.
How soon till Lana goes through a table? I give it till Full Gear, which, by the way, Full Gear has been announced for November 18th in Los Angeles. By the way, are they going to do the Crypto.com arena, formerly known as the Staples Center, and forever known as the Staples Center? Miro did not think she was real. I mean, I get it. I've seen Lana in person. I'm like, you're not real, but I still took that picture. because I was very hot about it. I was very intrigued by Lana because Lana's freaking amazing. Also, really nice person. Are you obsessed with Lana's Instagram now, Will?
Not really. I'm not too impressed. Yeah. She's like holding swords and has a gun.
Which one are you watching? Watch her like latest reel.
Oh yeah, she has reels. Duh.
Duh.
Well, that's Orange Cassidy bleeding. That's MJF. That's a quote. That's another quote. Oh, there she is. Yeah, she pretty.
Oh my god. So I don't know what Lana and Miro are gonna do here. Sometimes I'm surprised that they're still married in real life, because they never seem to ever be around each other. Oh, that's interesting. So Full Gear isn't going to be at the Staples Center. It's going to be at the Kia Forum. Very, very interesting. That is a smaller venue, obviously. So very interesting with that. All right, so we got, as we're leading into, the fall schedule for AEW here. We've just done All In. We did All In last week. All Out was this past weekend. Wrestle Dream is in October. Then you're going to get about 6 weeks off. And then, as Will is still oogling over his Instagram.
I'm trying to make a decision, man.
We get,
yeah, not really a fan. Just better out there.
Fair enough. Anywho, so we go from Wrestle Dream October 1st. I know CJ and Miro are still married. I'm just not sure whether it's hard to believe sometimes. But anywho, so we get like
Miro's a cuck?
No, I just said they're still married. Anyhow, sorry, I was thrown off. So we got Wrestle Dream in October is the next big one in Seattle in honor of Antonio Inoki. So I don't know if it's actually going to be it's going to be an ongoing thing or it's just like a one-off. Then we have Full Gear in LA. That is August, September, October. It's 4 months in a row of AEW pay-per-views, Will.
Great.
Yeah.
$200.
That is if you're paying for it.
Yep. Nope.
That is 4 months in a row of AEW pay-per-views. But this is... They kind of might need it now that you have to eliminate the Punk thing. Now, this is going to be AEW post-Punk.
Well, let's see how their buys are, man. I'm very interested to see what their buy rate is.
Well,
their buy rate,
their
buy rate's high.
I don't...
Keep doing them. Sure, why not? It's money.
Yeah. That's dependent. I don't know about their attendance for Full Gear, because they're not doing Staples Center. They're doing the Kia Forum, which is a much smaller venue.
I wonder if they could do Staples Center. If WWE has like a monopoly in the building, which they shouldn't. I think that's fucking bullshit.
I don't know if they have a monopoly or Staples Center just says, hey, no, we don't want to. That's a conflict of interest for us. You know what I mean?
Who knows? That shouldn't be like allowed. You know what I mean? Like WWE shouldn't be able to have the poll and like you can't host other wrestling events here. Like that shouldn't be a thing.
Well, I mean, they obviously weren't able to at MSG.
It's any compete. That's bullshit. It's not the free market at all.
Well, then again, it's also up to the event planners too.
Right. I mean, if the venue wants to be like, no, that's fine. The venue can do that. Mm-hmm. But like that shouldn't come from pressure from WWE. I think that's bullshit. That shouldn't be allowed.
I mean, obviously that didn't work the last time WWE pressured MSG, and MSG was like, haha, watch us.
Right.
You know, so I wouldn't be surprised if other venues would take that same thing. But again, All Out, worth the watch. Very good. Very good pay-per-view. Probably my favorite one thus far for them. And last but not least, honorable mention this week goes to the great Mike the Miz Mizanin, who is on a promo roll. Did
he go full Clint Eastwood and just talk to an empty chair?
Even better.
Oh, fuck.
Even better. He comes out, he's bitching about his match with LA Knight, which, by the way, we didn't even talk about.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I forgot about it.
That's how entertaining the show was. There was an LA Knight versus Cena tease, which I'm like, ooh, maybe. But Miz goes on Miz TV on Raw talking about his match and blah, blah, blah. And he wants to bring out somebody. And he goes, we're going to bring out this guy right now to talk about it. They call him the greatest of all time. John Cena. Cena's music hits. Okay. Tron and everything. Nothing at all. The cameraman does all the Cena camera movements.
That's funny.
Including running to the ring as if he's there.
No.
Yes.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's such a good troll.
And then Miz does the whole segment acting like he's talking to John Cena in the empty chair. And when the crowd starts laughing, he goes, "What? You can't see him? You can't see him in the chair. You can't see."
John Cena was pretty funny as a host too. Like his little promo off with Miz was cheesy, but it was effective.
Oh, and then the
Be more involved.
the segment ends with Miz fighting invisible John Cena and hitting him with a skull crushing finale.
Stupid.
It was amazing.
So stupid.
It was amazing.
The cameraman doing the run though.
There's somebody at ringside has a video of him running to the ring. They did the whole videos. They did the whole segment. It was great. Also, John Cena as host was pretty good. Oh, hey, Taquan, welcome back from class. John Cena doing the backstage host, like doing the backstage interviewer when he was in the.
That was pretty funny. He's in a bow tie.
He's like, going to pull out my Lance Catamaran. I was like, nice.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't remember Southpaw Regional Wrestling? That was his character.
Oh, that's hilarious. What an Easter egg.
Yeah.
You know what? If you know, you know. I'm glad I didn't pick that up because someone does. Someone's gonna know. Of course, it's fucking you.
Yeah.
So that was good. That's good. Southpaw Regional Wrestling. That's really funny.
Southpaw Regional Wrestling is like one of the greatest WWE skits they ever did.
Dude, my friend will send me like things on Instagram of like old John Cena like rap things in WWE. He's like, John Cena was fucking racist. Like, he said like, John Cena was fucking wild. It's been fine. The one he sent me a few days ago.
John Cena's also like a platinum selling artist.
He is,
which is crazy to think about. John Cena is a platinum selling artist, which is absolutely wild. I've never listened to that album. Did you ever get that album, Will?
Fuck no, dude.
It was.
Yeah, dude. There's this one. It's like John Cena's on a bike, like doing like the Tour de France or something.
Tour de Force is just a saying in sports.
It's like, really, listen to this.
Let me hear this.
Oh my God.
The slow riding suddenly came to an end when a rowdy fan awoke, asleep.
It's John Cena in a wig on a bike.
What the fuck did you say to me? Today a man tell Gustav I cannot ride fast, but I can ride very fast. I will answer the question.
Gustav, my question is, can you ride fast?
Fuck you! Next question.
Yeah, hi, can you ride fast?
Fuck you! Tomorrow I will ride incredibly fast and prove all of you wrong.
What?
The race starts now.
And Gustav Glitters making good on his promise.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever. He's in a bike race. It's like, dude, this looks like it was filmed in the 70s. It's like, what is John Cena doing? It's called Gustav Can Ride Fast.
Wow.
And it's John Cena.
Jeez. Goodness gracious.
Literally. Setting records is standard protocol for the Tour de France, but when you blow records away and burn up a mountain at the pace most sprinters achieve on flat land, suspicions arise. Come on.
Is he just making fun of Lance Armstrong?
Yeah, he's making my Lance Armstrong. He's doing drugs. It's like, what the fuck am I watching? Why is John Cena like being an angry German in a Tour de France?
I don't know, but I am here for it. I am here for it. And I am here for the end of this show. That is all we have this week, folks. And what a way to end, knowing John Cena used to do the Tour de France in a skit. But what a week of wrestling. And maybe wrestling will be better now that CM Punk is gone.
One can hope, dude.
Yeah. Mers carried. Shut up, Taquan. I'm like, you're familiar with Mers. Of course Mers carried. He's a better rapper. Oh my god! But yeah, I think that's all we've got this week. What a week in wrestling! You know it's going to be a good week and a phenomenal week in wrestling when I have to call Will like days before a show, telling him that someone got fired.
That was pretty great. Made my day.
You know what was even greater about that story is Wade. Shout out to Wade, by the way. Wade texted me. Wade doesn't text me at all. I was like, what? So shout out to Wade, hashtag Wade cares, for that text message blowing it up, and I just went on a whole deep dive into Punk's firing. And listen, it's over. The Punk problem is over until he inevitably shows up again on a podcast to tell his side of a story.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. And hopefully we won't be around to talk about it. Maybe he'll forget. Who knows? Maybe he'll stay away. Doubtful, but one can dream. Anyway, folks, we have Disney versus Pixar bracket to fulfill out. So, if you may, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Ring podcast, episode number 353, all out of Payback, and we are all out of CM Punk. Hopefully, this will be the last time we ever say Philip Jack Brooks' name on the show. Hopefully. I'm going to start a new counter now, Will. So now you have your days without incident. Kay is going to have weeks without Punk.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets whenever I decide to return sometime next year. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews, hit that notification button so you can see whenever we get some new videos out and some new clips. Which hopefully will be coming out a little bit more frequently this time of year. The links to all of that are in the description below. If you're listening to us, wherever you're listening to all of your favorite podcasts, especially ours, make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the con wrestling podcast. Follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter, because no one calls it X, and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. Again, the links to all of that are also in the description below. Will Tarashuk.
Yeah, what's up? My name's Will Tarashuk, T.S. Thomas, ARASHUK. Nothing much for me. I'm going to LA this week for the first time ever. I got a wedding.
You're going to hate it.
I know. I can't wait to hate it. I'm going to LA for Waldo's wedding. So shout out to my buddy Waldo. It's going to be a fun time. So yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, tell Waldo congratulations.
I will do. I actually got to text him to figure out what colors I shouldn't wear.
White, usually.
I know, but I want to know what color the bridesmaid dresses are so I don't wear that color.
Oh, yeah. Good call. When we come back next week, we're going to hear about Will's wedding excursion to L.A. We're going to give kayfabe some time to mourn the loss of Philip J. Brooks. And then we're going to move on with our lives and talk about whatever is going on in the world of wrestling. So, folks, goodbye. Good night. We'll see you soon. And no, I don't want Phil Brooks on Wrestler's Court ever, but I do want Slack on Wrestler's Court because I'm that petty of a person. Fuck you, Slack. We'll see you next week.
Oh, I totally forgot to record it back up, but I've been good the past few weeks, so we'll see.
Oh, man.
Wow, what an asshole!
Yeah, right. Now, I love some of the CM Punk shit that we got on Tip of the Crown. Like we always knew Pepsi guys and Coke guys never see eye to eye. Also, I forgot to mention this, yeah. Michael Cole had one of the greatest lines he's ever said. When Jay came out, he said, Cody Rhodes used to be an EVP, so maybe he can get things done.
What was that?
He said on... Michael Cole said when Jay Uso came out as the Cody Rhodes surprise,
yeah.
Michael Cole said Cody Rhodes used to be an EVP, so maybe he can get things done.
I did see that. That was pretty funny.
I was like, what timing? Also, I really hope this is real. The Punk as the Punk on the face of ultra soft tissue. Listen, the memes that came out.
The memes are
Also,
excellent.
Rhea Ripley had the best one for Payback. So yes, congrats to the lucky ones that get to sit on my face tonight.
What colors are the wedding party
Yeah, you do have to figure that out.
wearing? I'll make sure I pick a different color. Maybe I'll just do white.
Absolutely perfect. All right. So let's break down what we have here for this Disney versus Pixar bracket we have here.
Yeah, it's a pretty good bracket. I mean,
I'm looking at it
the
right now.
seating is a little disrespectful, but at certain
A little
points,
bit, yeah.
I think it's unfair to put like Toy Story and Toy Story 1. I think it's unfair to do Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. Just do Toy Story in general, the franchise Toy Story.
If this was a franchise, it's completely different. It's a completely different
But it's also
mindset
it's also
going into it.
unfair to pick Toy Story as a franchise against like was Princess and the Frog, whatever the fuck I put up against, or Cars.
Yeah,
Because it's like you gotta compare
Cars.
4 movies to 1. That's not fair either.
exactly. All right, so let me start here. Let me do this real quick. So we got The Lion King versus Tarzan.
I mean,
love you Tarzan.
I
but
love you,
Lion
Tarzan.
King.
It just is the Lion King.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Lion King. So the next one we have here, Princess and the Frog versus Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo
Pretty
and
easy.
Stitch is not my favorite. I mean, but it is excellent. It is really, really good.
Yeah. We got Tangled versus Big Hero 6. I'm gonna go with Tangled here.
I'll agree just for the sake of me keeping it easy.
Yeah, let me see. So we got Frozen versus Moana. Ugh. I can go back and forth.
I mean, Frozen was fun. Like, Frozen's not I'm not a guy who's like, oh, fuck Frozen, I'm a man. Like, but
You know
Moana
what-
is just a really good movie.
You know we're doing a live action Moana and The Rock is reprising his
Yeah,
character.
that's really fucking stupid.
It's amazing. I want to see The Rock scream "You welcome." It's amazing.
I mean, but dude, the movie's like not even 10 years old. Why are we making it already?
because Disney can and they've ran out of ideas.
Oh, shit. They went out of writers, too.
Well, so did all of Hollywood.
That's the real reason John Cena's back. Hey, man, they should want to strike more often.
I've been saying that. I was like, yeah, John Cena's here to get a paycheck because he can't do anything else right now.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, guys,
Dude,
this
he's not
strike's
SAG.
happening.
WWE isn't SAG, dude.
Yeah. He's like, hey, guys, this strike's going to go on for a while, and I'm not The Rock, so I gotta work again. All right, but Frozen versus Moana, the one thing that killed Frozen for me is all those nights at McKeeb's, Happy Hour, Frozen, Idina Menzel's Let It Go, blasted at least once a week.
Oh, so it's the annoying factor.
Yeah, it was the annoying factor for me.
Dude, that's totally fair. I mean,
Yeah, I think
that's
I'm going to go
1,000%
Moana.
fair. Yeah, Frozen does annoy me a little bit because it's like, oh yeah, let it go, whatever. But like, it's not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. Like, Frozen is a great movie. It's a great story with a good message. So,
Yeah.
Frozen's an excellent movie. It's just personal preference. I think Moana is just better.
Yeah.
Frozen's a better movie though.
Yeah. Aladdin versus Hercules. I know Wilson's Hercules. I'm gonna go Aladdin. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Don't be sorry. You're not wrong by any stretch of the imagination. I just like Hercules way better. Like, I've seen Aladdin.
Yeah.
Aladdin's fine. And it's like, I think Aladdin's very overrated, but it's fine.
Yeah. Let me see. We got The Little Mermaid versus Pocahontas.
Pocahontas gets too much hate, but The Little Mermaid's a classic.
Yeah, I don't think you can't beat The Little Mermaid.
No.
It's gonna be really hard.
Little Mermaid is just, it's like, as a boy, I liked that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Pocahontas looking back at it, you're like, ooh, this is kind of cringe.
But I mean,
Yeah.
watching it was fun.
Yeah.
I think the main cringe part is that Mel Gibson voices John Smith. I think that's problem number one.
Probably.
But the main song, like the one that Pocahontas sings, I forget the name of it, is a fucking
Voices of the Wind?
Voice
Yeah.
fucking banger song.
Voices of the Wind, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
The Calling of the Winds.
Yeah, that one. That one. Yeah.
It's incredible song. I don't really know
Yeah.
it so much because on the VHS for Toy Story, they had the preview for Pocahontas, and the whole preview is that song.
Nice.
So, it's a fucking amazing preview.
Here's some. All right, so the Quan just put in here goes. Fun fact: Pocahontas was made by Disney's A team and Lion King by the B team because Disney thought Pocahontas was going to be bigger.
Yeah, well, win some, lose some.
All right, next one: Mulan versus Zootopia. Zootopia doesn't hold a candle to Mulan.
No, not a chance, dude.
Yeah.
Mulan is what people say is we need more women's empowerment. It's like, dude, we've had it since the 90s. Have you seen Mulan? Like, have you seen Ripley? Like,
yeah. Have you seen? All right, so you saw Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, right?
yes.
All right, you know the woman who plays Fennec Shand?
The
Boba Fett's-
looks like Ripley.
No, she's the one who got like the cybernetic arm to her.
Yes,
Where
yeah,
she's like,
the sniper.
That's Ming-Na Wen.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the voice of Mulan.
Really?
Yeah, that's Mulan.
Oh, that's fucking. I love her even more now.
She's also part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Marvel TV show, which she also plays another iconic character. But no, she's the original Mulan. We have Beauty and the Beast and Nightmare Before Christmas, and this is a really hard one for me because Nightmare Before Christmas is like a cult classic.
It is, but it's also Tim Burton. I don't like Tim Burton.
But like, here's the thing: is Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
See, here's the thing: I don't know, so I go with Beauty and the Beast because that's what I do know.
As much as I love Nightmare, I can't get over. I think when you're comparing music, if that's the only thing I can go by, they all officially confirmed it's Halloween. Okay. I confirm, like, I'm not confirm. I compare like the iconic songs. The iconic song for Nightmare Before Christmas for me is "What's This?" When Jack is like, "What's this? What's this?"
This is Halloween.
Well, that's the second one.
Halloween. Really?
But I think, the big one is when Jack finally shows up into like Christmas time is like, "What's this? What's this? There's magic everywhere."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love that song.
I give it a Beauty and the Beast.
But like, the Beauty and the Beast theme song and the Be Our Guest song is freaking awesome. Ooh, who had the better Kingdom Hearts world?
Beauty and the Beast or Nightmare? Oh, it's Nightmare because Nightmare is in all of them. Nightmare is a staple. And the frets. If you want to do a map of
well, no, I was Taquan asking.
Oh, Taquan, if you want to do like a bracket of Kingdom Hearts maps, I got you, bro. Kingdom Hearts is my shit.
Yeah.
I'm also my Kingdom Hearts tank tonight, but I didn't want to pull it out.
Yeah. This is really hard. Nightmare or Beauty and the Beast?
There is no wrong answers, luckily.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on a whim. I'm gonna go Nightmare.
there was a actually before we continue, I want to play this for you. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
It was like watching Beauty and the Beast, but like supporting the wrong guy. it's just these two guys watching it. Let's see if I can find it. I gotta just keep scrolling. McLeod sends me a lot of fucking bullshit on Instagram, but it's really funny.
Oh,
Here
man.
it is.
Yeah.
Bonjour, Gaston. Gaston, may I have my book, please?
They've got such good chemistry. He's my favorite.
Well, it's about time you get your head out of those books and pay attention to more important things.
Amen, brother. Unless it's a cookbook.
Talking about it. It's not right for a woman to read.
Woo! Say it louder for the people in the back. This movie was so ahead of its time.
As soon as she starts getting ideas, thinking.
Gaston,
Preach.
positively
Preach. Wow.
It's such a shame this movie turned into a monster flick. She could have had like 10 little Gastons running around, but instead she got Stockholm Syndrome from a kidnapping. The film's message does hold up, though. That the real beauty
goodbye.
is beauty.
It's excellent. This is fucking excellent. So fun.
Yep, Nightmare. Nightmare goes.
That's fair enough. I have to make a decision. That's fair enough. When you
Never
put
goes
it
right.
that way. I think that's
Yeah, we
funny.
put that way Nightmare.
I'm so thinking Beauty and the Beast.
All right, next side we had Up versus Brave. Up, that's pretty easy. Brave is missable.
Yeah, it's definitely Up. That opening keeps it.
Yeah. Toy Story versus Toy Story 2, Toy Story.
Toy Story. It's fucking classic. It's just the most classic movie. It's also the first Pixar movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
And what a cast that original Toy Story had, too. Coco versus Cars 3. Coco, I feel like, is a little bit sub-tier, so I'll go Cars 3.
Which one? Is Coco the one with the Day of the Dead?
That's in... I want to say that's Encanto.
I'm not
sure.
thinking about that is Encanto. I've never seen I haven't seen either. I haven't seen the Cars movies. I'm not a huge fan. But I'll go Cars 3 for the sake of argument.
I think Lightning McQueen is overrated. Yeah. Toy Story 3 versus The Good Dinosaur. Toy Story 3. It's pretty pretty
easy
simple.
peasy.
Ratatouille versus A Bug's Life.
A Bug's Life, easy. Yeah, Bug's Life is a classic. Remember Ants came out the same year, and everyone's like,
yeah, it is very confusing to figure out which one's which. It is.
It's about ants, and one of them has Dennis Leary playing a ladybug.
And the other one has Ben Stiller.
The other one has Ben Stiller.
Yeah, Finding Nemo versus Inside Out. As great as Inside Out is, Finding Nemo, iconic.
Yes, Finding Nemo is the icon, yeah.
Monsters Inc. versus Cars.
Monsters Inc. Easy peasy.
Yeah. Incredibles versus WALL-E. Incredibles.
Dude, fuck WALL-E. Incredibles is like... It's hard to explain how good Incredibles is. It really is. They do such a good job of world building. And movies fucking ridiculous.
Let's go to the second round.
So we got Lion King versus Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch, yeah.
Lion King versus Lilo and Stitch. Lion King.
Yep. Yeah. We got
Tangled.
For me,
versus Moana. Tangled versus Moana. I got Moana.
Okay. Yeah. So mine is Aladdin versus Little Mermaid.
Mine's Hercules versus Little Mermaid.
Oh, all right. Aladdin versus Little Mermaid. I'm still going Aladdin with this.
I'm going Hercules, dude, all the way.
Mulan versus Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mine's Mulan before Beauty and the Beast. I'm still going Mulan. She's the better female protagonist.
Yeah, I get it. I'll go Mulan as well.
And
all right, so next
I watch Mulan probably once a year, as well as Hercules once a year.
Nice. So yeah, I'm going Mulan as well. All right, Up versus Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
Cars 3 versus Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Bug's Life versus Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. For me.
Easy peasy. Monsters Inc. versus Incredibles. This isn't fucking fair, first of all. This one isn't fair because I love both of them. And Incredibles 2 was such a great sequel like 15 years later.
Yeah.
But
I'm still going Monsters.
I'm still going Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc., Billy Crystal, and John Goodman are just so funny. Boo is just so fucking adorable and gets in the way.
I always forget that Billy Crystal is a diehard Yankees fan.
Yeah.
Speaking of Yankees, did you ever see the spring training when they had Billy Crystal doing that bat?
No. What year was this?
I forgot. It was in, I want to say, the 2010s.
Amazing.
All right, next up. So we got Lion King versus Moana for me.
Lion King.
Yeah, Lion King. It's really hard to beat that. Aladdin versus Mulan.
I got Hercules versus Mulan. Fuck. This one's really hard.
Ooh. Aladdin versus Mulan. Oof. Jesus.
I think I have to go Mulan. I watched here's why. I watched Hercules more as a kid, and I loved Hercules.
So did I.
I still love Hercules, but I will watch Mulan more as an adult.
Okay.
The adult themes I think are a little more better and on the nose with Mulan. Like literally, dude, they go to the village after singing "A Girl Worth Fighting For," and everyone's dead. That is when the movie shifts from a whimsical kids movie to no, motherfucker, we're at war. Like there is such an emotional shift that you just don't get as a kid, but it hits you really hard as an adult. So it does a really good job of explaining these adult themes to children of war, and it's based off a true story where Hercules is this good old fun family fun. Yeah. But, they didn't have Hercules murder Meg and his kids and then go on these trials, all right? Like, that would have been a little too much. But I'm also a sucker for Greek mythology. But as an adult as I am now, I have to go with Mulan. It's the it's the greatest B class movie ever. David Spade, and then Kronk. Kronk is just ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, going with Aladdin. That's fine. That's fine. Gotta go with the OG, dude. Toy Story. It's falling with style. Oof is right. Fuck. Buzzer beater. I'm going Finding Nemo.
Thank you, Taquan. Sorry, my mic went off real quick. But yeah, so mine is Finding Nemo versus Monsters Inc. So I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna give Finding Nemo the edge by like a hair.
Just buzzer beater, dude. They're both excellent movies, but Finding Nemo. You know what it is for me? Finding Nemo, that underwater animation. Mm-hmm. It's like if you watch that on a 4K TV, it's fucking gorgeous.
Also, I do enjoy the turtles in Finding Nemo. Do it for me as well.
You so totally rock, Squirt.
I'm a clownfish. Do you know any jokes?
That was very funny. You made me ink. Finding Nemo is just way more quotable.
Yeah. All right, my final four. All right, so we got Lion King versus Aladdin.
Lion King versus Mulan.
Yeah. I'm going to have Toy Story versus Finding Nemo. All right, so let me do my Lion King versus Aladdin. And this is solely... Here's the thing. The performance, if you take out Robin Williams as the original genie from Aladdin...
Movie sucks.
This doesn't go as far. This doesn't go as far at all.
It doesn't go far at all.
Yeah. But I also look at who had probably the more iconic Broadway run, and it's The Lion King.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm going to go with I've never seen The Lion King on Broadway.
I haven't either.
But people were raving about it for years. And still do.
Yes, they do.
Still do. I mean, Aladdin is also on Broadway, but The Lion King just trumps it. Like, blows it out of the water.
Yeah, the set design looks fucking incredible.
The set design, I think the way that they use the crowd. Because it's not like they're all on... I think they're also... they have the people and the animals, like, going through the crowd, too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with Lion King as one of the final two. And then Toy Story versus... It's got to be Toy Story. I love Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I might have to cash in the Money in the Bank and do Jungle Book. I fucking love the Jungle Book. But no.
Nice. Yeah.
Mulan versus Lion King? Lion King's the better movie, first off. Lion King is the best Disney movie, hands down, no questions asked. But this is my bracket. I'm going the upset. I'm still going with Mulan.
Nice. So apparently, according to the Quan, Lion King on Broadway is the highest grossing live performance ever. In general, not just in Broadway. That's crazy.
It is pretty fucking nuts.
Some Lion King versus Toy Story.
Wait, I got Toy Story versus Finding Nemo. Now I'm also doing Toy Story.
Oof.
Toy Story versus Mulan.
That's your final two?
Yeah, my final two.
Ooh.
I'm giving it to Toy Story, dude. Toy Story is just it's the perfect kids movie because it's what every kid dreams of.
If your toys could talk to you.
Yes, it's literally every kid's dream.
Yeah. If your toys could talk to you.
The great irony is he has no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the great irony, too, of it. Oh. I'm going to go Lion King by a hair.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You are not wrong.
Yeah. I think it has... I think Toy Story is a little bit more quotable. I think Lion King has the better music.
Lion King does have the better music. It's more rewatchable. And that opening in the Circle of
Life.
Life.
Oh, the Circle of Life, yeah. So I heard the story about the Circle of Life. That was actually the composer's way of viewing an homage to his father who had passed away.
In the Circle of Life.
Ooh, so BuzzFeed also said there are some movies that didn't make this cut too. Like Alice in Wonderland, Dumbo, The Jungle Book, Bambi, Sleeping Beauty, Lady and the Tramp, Peter Pan, The Sword and the Stone.
Yep. Let's say the thing. A lot of those aged out. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
It's BuzzFeed. They still have like a younger audience. Like Coco, Good Dinosaur is like something that their college age audiences would have grown up on, as opposed to the older people with all the Toy Stories.
Yeah.
So they really did pick the classics of the classics of like they really kind of cut it off in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go past like 1991 or like 1994.
Yeah. I think Lion King might be the oldest one out on this list.
Yeah.
Next to Lion King and Aladdin, I believe. Well, no, Beauty and the Beast is also there as well. So.
No, actually, no. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. Mermaid's 89, I think.
Oh.
I know Little Mermaid is from the 80s. I know that.
Yeah.
But again, classic.
Classic. That was hard. That was really hard.
It was. And I bet if I did this 6 months from now, I would probably pick Hercules over Mulan and then Lion King over Hercules. Mm-hmm. And then I'd still do Toy Story for the win, though. Toy Story is just the greatest kids movie ever.
I cash in with the Great Mouse Detective. Quiet.
The Brave Little Toaster. Or Shrek. Why isn't Shrek on this list, even though it's DreamWorks?
It's DreamWorks, that's why.
You know what? There's not enough DreamWorks movies to have 16 DreamWorks movies.
Gotta work
something else.
You should. This makes me want to play Dreamlight Valley.
You know, I'm gonna probably buy it before I go to Barcelona.
Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts for Disney.
I know exactly. Well, Kingdom Hearts is Disney. It's Animal Crossing, but Disney. I did buy Super Mega Baseball though. Super Mega Baseball 4 for the Switch, and it's really fun.
Nice, Super Mega Baseball, nice.
Yeah. Right,
awesome.
Show is uploaded.
All right, folks, we are going to get out of here. Thank you for joining us for our random ass Disney trivia, but our Disney Pixar bracket. Tons of fun, and we will see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Midnight music.